Head coach Brian Durocher, head of the Terriers weekend series against Vermont. So we'll start with just a general statement from coach, and then we'll take your questions. Just please use the raise hand feature, and I will call on you. So with that, coach, we'll have you take it away.
Sure, thanks. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Appreciate having on board. Another opportunity to play some hockey. We're one of the teams, along with Vermont, that's got fewer games than the rest of the league, but that might be just an element of caution that's been involved around these two institutions, and trying to keep everybody safe and active. But bottom line, I think we've all practiced enough. We've all been going at it here for close to 5 months, and now it'll be fun to play a couple of games, play a couple more games in Walter Brown Arena, and keep adding people to the lineup, or at least having people a little more healthy as far as conditioning and skating. And certainly the 2 games last weekend gave us a chance to shake some of the cobwebs out game-wise.
Great. So we'll take any questions now. Again, just please use the raise hand feature, and we'll start with Carolyn.
Hi. You kind of touched upon it a little bit, but I was just curious, is the team expecting anyone back this weekend?
Man, I always have to scratch my head and wonder who was missing and who wasn't there. But I think Haley Blinkhorn might be the added name this weekend if everything goes properly. The return to play sometimes can be a long process. But again, it's a safe one from a medical perspective, and then making sure that they're not just all of a sudden getting cleared and jumping into a game and going a little bit too crazy. So I think Haley's going to be the main addition, which I believe, if everything stays sound, will give us 19 skaters on the bench, which is the maximum.
Belle, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. You guys haven't had a consecutive weekend with games since early December, and now you do. So what do you think this consistency in the schedule is going to do for your group's play this weekend?
Well, it gives us at least a little bit of a look at what it used to be like, number one. Number two, you hope that, maybe it gives you another chance to get some momentum, some confidence in certain areas. It's really easy to identify the power play. And I've said almost along the way, all 7 games, that I thought our kids have done a pretty good job on moving the puck around, doing different things, but they haven't been able to quite get it over the goal line and generate that confidence. I think there'll be some kids who will pick up rhythm, in their game, that now, okay, we're coming back with 2 more games, and I'm a little more used to handling the puck in game situations, making game speed decisions. But again, nothing's a guarantee because, seasons go in ebbs and flows. It'd be nice to have, 1 loss or 2 losses in 30 games during the year, but that's not always the case. And you have good games, bad games, and some in the middle. So again, I think just a chance to get back in and try to keep that rhythm should be the best thing that will be part of everybody's experience or activity.
Laura, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Vermont has been playing well in special teams, both on the power play and the penalty kill. What will you need to do on special teams to succeed?
I think one of the things that's super important on the power play is make sure that you don't get outworked. You're getting to the net, you're getting loose pucks, you're getting rebounds. You're willing to do the dirty work, such as retrieving a loose puck and setting screens. I think we've done an okay job in that area, but maybe not as committed as we were last year. And hopefully we'll make life harder on their goaltender. On the other side, killing penalties, there's an element of courage that's important. People got to be willing to block a shot, which our team has been really good at. And then the other side of it to me is when you have an opportunity to clear a puck, you really have to bear down and get the job done, whether that means committing the extra player there to just plain get a hold of the puck. And then it's the idea of staying composed, staying poised, and staying strong and clearing a puck, because all too often, if you give teams second and third chances because you didn't clear a puck. It can be tough because you can't make changes. People do get tired, and they get extra opportunities for shots with screens, whatever it might take. But again, it always is important, special teams, and hopefully we can continue to do a nice job there. And us as coaches, we have to certainly get a good sense of what they may be doing well. I think it's easy to identify Maud Poulin LaBelle. She's a real good player who's part of their special teams, 5-on-5, one of those real top kids who just, if you look at her, she's not the biggest kid out there. She's not the absolute fastest out there, but she is very smart, real good hands, good lateral evasive type of skills. And for a defenseman, they can creep up on you sometimes more than a forward.
Laura, go ahead with another one.
And you mentioned also that some players after the main series you felt were playing with a little bit more confidence and rhythm. Who do you think has really embodied that, or who's an example of that?
Well, I think Courtney Correa has continued to play very consistent. She's been teamed up with Kaylee Donnelly and Emma Wuthridge here, and they scored one of the 2 goals the other day. So that's great that the 3 of them have played together and played well. Emma's the person who we identified last year, and had it not been for surgery, I would have identified again this year as a kid who I don't think anybody has seen her best hockey. She's like the sleeper in our program, a kid who could be a real good player, but last year's injury just sped up too quickly. And while she dressed and was in the lineup most of the time last year, she was about 62% of what she is. And, this year she had to go through a long process to get healthy, and now she's probably just finding her rhythm. I may have mentioned it before. I thought that by making a couple switches and letting a freshman like Lacey Martin play with Christina Schuler and Nara Elia, 2, very, very solid, prominent, experienced players, took a lot of pressure off of her, and she has a couple of wonderful line mates. And maybe the same could be said for Catherine Fulham, who got, also got her first goal as Lacey did, playing with Jesse and playing with McKenna Parker, so that to have that balance and have people starting to feel good about themselves really only happens when you accomplish something. And playing a solid game is one thing, but if you get on the score sheet as a forward in particular, exciting is the word, and confidence starts to snowball a little bit.